Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to talk about our course Molecular Biology, course code BCHM221. This is lecture number 5 of our series of online lectures. The topic of our today's lecture is DNA repair. The outline for today's lecture is we will talk about what is DNA repair. Then we will talk about the types of DNA repair, primarily direct DNA repair and excision of DNA repair. Then in the last part of this lecture, we will talk about diseases that are associated with defective DNA repair. So let's move to our topic on DNA repair. DNA repair, as its name indicates, is the process through which if any mistake or during the replication or if any damage occurred to the DNA is repaired. DNA repair can be grouped into two major functional categories. These functional categories are direct DNA damage reversal, and the second one is excision of DNA damage. In the direct repair, one can see that it is directly repaired from this diagram, and the excision repair consists of two broad mechanisms. One of the mechanism is called base excision repair, in which the problem with the base is excised and then is repaired, and one is the nucleotide excision repair. Nucleotide is excised and is repaired subsequently. So we are going to talk about various of these mechanisms in greater detail in this lecture. So first, direct damage reversal. The direct reversal of DNA damage is by far the simplest repair mechanism that involves a single polypeptide chain with enzymatic properties which binds to the damage and restores the DNA genome to its normal state in a single reaction step. The major polypeptides involved in this pathway are DNA photolysases, the enzymes responsible for removing cyclobutane pyrimidine dimers from DNA in a light dependent process called as photoreactivation. Here is the example of direct damage reversal. 6-methylguanosine DNA methyltransferase 1 and 2 NGM2, also called DNA alkyl transferases, remove the modified bases like 6-alkyl guanine and 4-alkyl thiamine. The photolysase protein is not found in all living cells. However, the DNA alkyl transferases are widespread in nature. Now here one can see a native DNA pyrimidine dimer resulting from UV can form, as you can see in the diagram. Complex of DNA with photoreactivating enzyme is formed. Absorption of light greater than 300 nanometer. You can see here. It results in release of enzyme to restore native DNA. The native DNA is restored. So you can see this through direct damage reversal mechanism. The complex of DNA with photoreactivating enzyme is formed, absorption of light takes place, and then release of enzyme happens to restore the native DNA. Now another one is excision of DNA damage. Base excision, the excision of DNA damage consists of these four categories. The first one is called base excision repair, it is abbreviated as BER. Second one is called nucleotide excision repair, abbreviated as NER. The other one is called mismatch repair, or NMR, and strand break repairs. So in these reactions, a nucleotide segment containing base damage, double helix distortion, or mispaired bases is replaced by the normal nucleotide sequence in a new DNA polymerase synthesis process. All of these pathways have been characterized in both bacterial and eukaryotic organisms. So now we go into the detail of base excision repair, or BER. BER is initiated by DNA glycosylases, which catalyze the hydrolysis of the N-glycosidic bonds linking particular types of chemically altered bases to the deoxyribose phosphate backbone. DNA damage is excised as free bases, generating sites of base loss called apurinic or apyrimidinic AP sites. Now, in the base excision repair, the AP sites are substrates for AP endonucleases. These enzymes produce incision in duplex DNA as a result of the hydrolysis of a phosphodiester bond immediately 5' or 3' to each AP site. The ribose phosphate backbone is then removed from the DNA through the action of a specific exonuclease called deoxyribophosphodiesterase, or DRPase. Finally, the DNA polymerase and a ligase catalyze the incorporation of a specific deoxyribonucleotide into the repaired site, enabling correct base pairing. So this is the example of base excision repair. As one can see here that because of the heat energy, instead of C here we have a U. And now uracil and DNA glycosylase will come, it will remove the U, and this nucleases will come, they will cut a particular segment. This will be followed by DNA polymerase, and it will add the nucleotide complementary to the other strand, and then DNA ligase will come and it will seal the neck. So the enzyme uracil DNA glycosylase remove the uracil created by spontaneous deamination of cytosine in the DNA, and endonuclease cut the backbone near the defect, you can see here, and endonuclease remove a few bases are removed, and the defect is filled in by the action of a DNA polymerase, and the strand is rejoined by a ligase. So here you can see now that this U that was produced is removed by the process of base excision repair, or BER, and now we have C for G instead of U, which was a mistake. It was a damage that was done to the DNA, and it is successfully repaired by the help of this process of base excision repair, or BER. The second one is nucleotide excision repair, or NER. This mechanism is used to replace regions of damaged DNA up to 30 bases in length. Common causes of such DNA damage include ultraviolet light, which induces the formation of cyclobutane, pyrimidine dimers, and smoking, which causes formation of benzoalpha-pyrene guanine redox. Ionizing radiation, cancer, chemotherapeutic agents, and a variety of chemicals found in the environment cause base modification, strand breaks, cross-linkage between bases and opposite strands or between DNA and protein, and numerous other defects. These are repaired by a process called nucleotide excision repair. Nucleotide excision repair is a much more complex biochemical process than base excision repair, especially in eukaryotic cells. Several gene products are required in a multiple step process during which the ordered assembly of DNA proteins provides an enzymatic complex that discriminates damaged from undamaged DNA. So here is the example of nucleotide excision repair. In eukaryotic cells, the enzymes cut between the 3rd to 5th phosphodiester bond between 3' from the lesion, and on the 5' side, the cut is somewhere between the 21st and 25th bonds. This is how recognition and unwinding takes place. Oligonucleotide excision by cutting at 2 sites. Then degradation of mutated DNA takes place, and the rest of the DNA is resynthesized by resynthesis and religation occur through normal process. Thus, a fragment of DNA 27 to 29 nucleotide long is excised. After the strand is removed, it is replaced again by exact base pairing through the action of yet another polymerase, and ends are joined to the existing strand by DNA ligase. So this is how nucleotide excision repair mechanism helps to remove the helps to repair the DNA. Now in E. coli there are 3 specific proteins called UVRA, B and C. They are involved in lesion recognition and endonuclease incision. Here is the damaged nucleotide. UVRA, UVRP and UVRC, the 3 proteins which are involved in lesion recognition and endonuclease excision. This fragment is released by UVRD helicase action, generating a gap. You can see the gap here, that is finally submitted to repair synthesis. And repair synthesis is then normal, like DNA polymerase will add the bases complementary to the other strand, and finally the the nick will be sealed by ligase enzyme. So this is how nucleotide excision repair in E. coli can happen. Now there is transcription coupled nucleotide excision repair. Nucleotide excision repair proceeds most rapidly in cells whose genes are being actively transcribed on the DNA strand, that is serving as the template for transcription. If RNA polymerase II breaking along the template antisense strand encounters a damaged base, it can recruit other proteins to make a quick fix before it moves on to complete the transcription of gene. Then the third one is mismatch repair. Mismatch repair corrects errors made when DNA is copied. For example, a C could be inserted opposite in A, or the polymerase could slip or stutter and insert 2 to 5 extra unpaired bases. Specific proteins scan the newly synthesized DNA using adenine methylation within a GATC sequence as the point of reference. The template strand is methylated and the newly synthesized strand is not. This difference allows the repair enzymes to identify the strand that contains the errant nucleotide, which requires replacement. If a mismatch or small loop is found, a GATC endonuclease cuts the strand bearing the mutation at a site corresponding to the GATC. An exonuclease then digests this strand from the GATC through the mutation, thus removing the faulty DNA. This can occur from either end if the defect is bracketed by 2 GATC sites. This defect is then filled in by normal cellular enzymes according to base pairing rules. So this is the example of mismatch repair. The this mechanism corrects a single mismatch base pair, for example C to A rather than T to A, or a short region of unpaired DNA. The defective region is recognized by an endonuclease that makes a single strand cut at an adjacent methylated GATC sequence. The DNA strand is removed through the mutation, replaced and religated. You can see here single site strand cut by GATC endonuclease, a defect removed by exonuclease, and defect repaired by polymerase, and then religated by ligase. So you can see here how the process of mismatch repair is doing the job of repairing of DNA. Now, mismatch repair in E. coli. In E. coli, 3 proteins MUTTS, MUTTL and MUTTH are required for recognition of the mutation and necking of the strand. You can see here MUTS, L, H, it is the mismatch, and other cellular enzymes including ligase, polymerase and SSBs remove and replace the strand. The process is more complicated in mammalian cells as about 6 proteins are involved in the first steps. Faulty mismatch repair has been linked to hereditary non-polyposis colon cancer, one of the most common inherited cancer. You see here the proteins that are involved, and then exonuclease activity, and then DNA polymerase 3 comes in and will add the bases, and now instead of T here we have C here. So this is how mismatch repair in E. coli is done. Now another one is now repairing strand breaks. Ionizing radiation and certain chemicals can produce both single strand breaks and double strand breaks in the DNA backbone. Single strand breaks in a single strand of the DNA molecule are repaired using the same enzyme system that are used in base excision repair. Double strand break repair. There are two mechanisms by which the cell attempts to repair a complete break in a DNA molecule. One is direct joining of the broken ends. This requires proteins that recognize and bind to the exposed ends and bring them together for ligating. This type of joining is also called non-homologous end joining. A protein called Q is essential for non-homologous end joining. Now, repairing strand breaks. Errors in direct joining may be a cause of various translocations that are associated with cancers. For example, Burkitt's lymphoma, Philadelphia chromosome, and chronic myelogenous leukemia, B-cell leukemia. Repairing strand breaks. Homologous recombination. Here the broken ends are repaired using the information on the intact sister chromatid or on the homologous chromosome. Same chromosome, if there are duplicate copies of the gene on the chromosome oriented in opposite direction, head to head or back to back, two of the proteins used in homologous recombination are encoded by genes BRCA1 and BRCA2. Inherited mutations in these genes predisposed women to breast and ovarian cancers. Here is repairing strand breaks. Meiosis also involves double strand breaks. DNA double strand breaks, ionizing radiation, oxidative damage, and spontaneous events. Homologous recombination, and here is double strand break rejoining. So, a recombination between homologous chromosomes in meiosis 1 also involves the formation of double strand breaks and their repair. Meiosis 1, with the alignment of homologous sequences, provides a mechanism for repairing damaged DNA. Now, there are different diseases associated with defective DNA repair. Some of these diseases are ataxia, telangiectasia, Bloom syndrome, Cockayne's syndrome, progeria, Hutchinson, Guilford, progeria syndrome, Rutmund-Thompson syndrome, trichotillomyodystrophy, Werner syndrome, xeroderma pigmentosum, hereditary non-polyposis colon cancer. So these are the different types of diseases that are involved with defective DNA repair. This is why these repair mechanisms are so important. The DNA needs to be properly repaired to avoid multiple complications that can be caused. Hope you enjoyed the lecture. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. I'll be very happy to answer them. Thank you for your attention.